Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. I am here with Mrs. S.
Hello.
We're so glad that she is volunteered to read to you guys. So we're reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, pages 231 to 240 today, written by JK Rowling and illustrated by Mary Grandpre. And we want to thank Scholastic for allowing us to read today. So thank you, Mrs. S, for helping us out.
Oh, you're welcome. First, I have to say how much I miss you guys. Yeah, a lot. I miss you a lot. All right. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're doing your homework well too. Yes. All right, I'm going to start. You should see the burns Charlie's got off the wild ones in Romania. But there aren't wild dragons in Britain, said Harry. Of course there are, said Ron. Commonwealth Green and Hildebrand Blacks and Ministry of Magic has a job hushing them up. I can tell you, our kinds have to keep putting spells on muggles who spotted them to make them forget. So what on earth Hagrid's up to, said Hermione. When they knocked on the door to the gamekeeper's hut an hour later, they were surprised to see that all the curtains were closed. Hagrid called, "Who is it?" before he let them in, and then shut the door quickly behind them. It was stifling hot inside, even though it was such a warm day. There was a blazing fire in the grate. Hagrid made them tea and offered them scone sandwiches, which they refused. So, hey, what, you going to ask me something? Yes, said Harry. There was no point in beating around the bush. We were wondering if you could tell us what's guarding the Sorcerer's Stone apart from Fluffy. Hagrid frowned at him. Of course I can, he said. Number one, I don't know myself. Number two, you know too much already, so I wouldn't be telling you if I could. That stone's there for a reason. It was almost stolen out of Greygrox. I suppose you worked that out and all. Beats me how you even know about Fluffy. Oh, come on, Hagrid. You might not want to tell us, but you do know. You know everything that's gone on around here, said Hermione in a warm, flattering voice. Hagrid's beard twitched as they could tell he was smiling. We only wondered who had done the guarding, really. Hermione went on. We wondered who Dumbledore had trusted enough to help him apart from you. Hagrid's chest swelled at least these last words. Harry and Ron beamed. Well, I don't suppose I could hurt to tell you that. Let's see. He borrowed Fluffy from me. Then some of the teachers did enhancements. Professor Sprout, Professor Fitwick, Professor McGonagall, and Professor Quirrell, and Dumbledore himself did something, of course. Hang on, I've almost forgotten something. Oh yeah, Professor Snape. Snape! Yeah, you're not still on about that, are you? Look, Snape helped protect the stones. He's not about to steal it. Harry knew Ron and Hermione was thinking the same as he was. If Snape had been on the protecting the stone, it must have been easy to find out how the other teachers had guarded it. He probably knew everything, except it seemed Quirrell's spell and how to get past Fluffy. You're the only one who knows how to get past Fluffy, aren't you, Hagrid? Said Harry anxiously. And you wouldn't tell anyone, would you? Not even one of the teachers? Not a soul knows except for me and Dumbledore, said Hagrid proudly. Well, that's something, Harry said, muttered to the others. Hagrid, can we have a window open? I'm boiling. Can't, Harry, sorry, said Hagrid. Harry noticed him glancing at the fire. Harry looked at the fire too. Hagrid, what's that? But he already knew what it was. In a very heart of the fire, underneath the kettle, was a big black egg. Ah, said Hagrid, fiddling nervously with his beard. That's, where did you get it? Hagrid, said Ron, crouching over to the fire to get a closer look at the egg. It must have cost a fortune. Won it, said Hagrid. Last night I was down to the village having a few drinks and got into the game of cards with a stranger. Think he was quite glad to get rid of it, to be honest. But what are you going to do with it when it's hatched? Said Hermione. Well, I've been doing some reading, said Hagrid, pulling a large book from under his pillow. Got this out of the library. Dragging breeding for pleasure and profit. It's a bit out of date, of course, but it's all in here. Keep the egg in the fire because their mothers breathe on them. And when it hatches, feed it on a bucket of brandy mixed with chicken blood every half hour. And see here, see how recognize different eggs? What I got here is a Norwegian Ridgeback. They're rare, them. He looked very pleased with himself, but Hermione didn't. Hagrid, you live in a wooden house, she said. But Hagrid wasn't listening. He was humming merrily as he stroked the fire. So now they had something else to worry about. That night happened to what might happen to Hagrid if anyone found out he was hiding an illegal dragon in his hut. Wonder what it's like to have a peaceful life, Ron sighed, as evening after evening they struggled through all the extra homework they were getting. Hermione had now started making study schedules for Harry and Ron too. It was driving them nuts. Then one breakfast time, Hedwig brought Harry another note from Hagrid. It had written only 2 words. It's hatching. I think I missed the page.